this is gonna kind of suck. I forgot to come on and do a video post retie. This is my first retie that I'm getting, but I was out. Me and my boyfriend were out before, so I forgot to do the video, and I wanted to do one pre-retie, but you can't even really see. So I'm gonna try and do something when I get in the chair, and I'll come to you guys back then. All right. Okay, so I'm here with Diamond for my first retie. This is my first one. Woo!
Look at them curls.
Let me see the back. Show them. So this is before my first retie, and the back came out a little bit, but we're gonna fix that up. And
parts are still in there, looking good.
All right.
So we'll see what it look like after.
We'll see you after. Hi everybody, it's Allie and this is Allie's Way. My channel is dedicated to talking about my lock journey. I just started my lock journey back in March, or actually to be specific, March 19th, 2024. And I have done weekly chronicles of what my lock journey is like, what I'm feeling, just different things. So if you like what you see on my screen, please make sure that you subscribe and you hit the like button. And if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions on how I can make my page better, please let me know. So today is Sunday, April 14th, and this is post my first retie. I've only had one retie so far, and it was done yesterday. I want to talk a little bit about several subjects, so I'm going to go into those subjects and talk a little about each one. The first is the time, and when I mean time, I mean how long it takes me to get to her and get back to her. So when I first started the lock journey, I looked at Instagram and I found locticians in California, not necessarily in LA or in the LA area where I live. I just looked in California and I found her and I really liked her work, so I went with her. It turns out that she was in Woodland Hills, which is about an hour and a half away from me. So my point that I'm making with that is, when you're trying to find a loctician, try to find somebody that's kind of local to you, because you're going to be going back and forth to this person almost every month. And for me, an hour and 3 minutes is a lot. So that's my first tip. The cost, she charged me about $150 for the retie. The initial installation cost $1,000. Ouch. That bites when you say $1,000. And the reties are anywhere between $100 to $150. And they are almost every month, you should say, depending on your hair. She told me depending on my hair type, because I have fine, short, low density hair. I have to get a retie every month or so. She said eventually then I'll get to 5 weeks and then 6 weeks. And the ultimate goal is to get a retie every 8 weeks. The time that it takes for her to do the retie, I got in the chair probably about, I want to say 8:15, and she was done with me by 9:45. She said that was because I have a small head, and then I didn't have a lot of slippage. My micro locks do not have a lot of slippage, and by slippage she means like the growth, that if you have a dread and it's this long, and then you have this much new growth and then it grows, that's a lot of slip. So I didn't have a lot of slippage. Okay, so now I want to talk about my feelings. When I first started the journey, I was gung-ho. I was like, I'm doing this, because I thought I was going to put this in my head and it was just going to be like, like the wind was blowing through my hair, and, I was going to have these beautiful locks. But that is not the case. When I first put them in, they were very, very scalpy. And I'll try to put a picture up here to show you guys can look at my channel and see my progression, but I'll also put a picture so you can see how it looked when I first got it. And it was a very scalpy, and I looked like Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. You can't win. But now I'm feeling like it's a little getting a little thicker, and I'm coming into my own, and I feel like it's getting a little thicker, and so I'm able to wear it freely and not feel like, everyone talks about this ugly stage that you have to go through. And it's sad that we say that it's an ugly stage, because us as black women, we always want our hair to be down to our shoulders and this and that and this and that. So it's not necessarily it's an ugly stage, but it's a natural stage in black hair that we've never seen. So, it's not considered a beautiful stage, which it is exactly what it is. And I also experienced a lot of heat damage, because before I got my locks put in, I was wearing weaves and I was getting my hair pressed and things like that. And I had some heat damage back here, which did not allow, you can still see, some areas where there's heat damage right here. You see where it's still kind of straight a little bit, and so that's what made it look so straight and scraggly. Thanks, babe. That's my boyfriend. He's my editor. So those are my feelings. When I first got it done, I went to a jazz festival, and as you know, jazz festival has thousands of people, and I didn't want to be out there in front of thousands of people with some scalpy hair. So I wore a lot of hats, and I wore some scarves and stuff like that. And it's just about being confident in the decision that I make. And so I feel now that it's curlier and fuller, I can feel a lot more confident just going out into the world with this hair. That's how I feel now. I didn't feel like that before, and I'm sure that feeling will develop more as time passes, as it gets fuller, as it gets, as it looks more acceptable. I do want it to grow a little bit more right here and right here, so that it can have more hang time from here. So, and I move my part from the part can go anywhere from the side of your head to the front of your head, which I was wearing it to the side, but now I decided to move my part and make it down the middle, because I want all of my hair to be even, all of it. And that's what I'm working with. So I've talked about the ends of my hair. Another subject that I want to talk about is gray hair. Oh, Gray, she don't listen. Gray does not listen. I dyed my hair before I got it done, which was like I said again in March, and this is only 1 month later, and look at all the gray that's back. It's all gray, and I can't deal with gray. It's something that I've always covered up. But she said that I'm unable to put some cover up on it right now, because dye may change the texture of my hair. And so then maybe I'll put it on and it won't be as curly, and then I'll go back to dealing with the scraggly ends. Okay, I also want to talk about the different areas of my hair. And it's really weird, because people always say they have different textures in their hair, and I do too, but I did not realize that. For years I tried to be natural, and the front of my hair would always curl up very nice and pretty like this. This one is not an example, but the front of my hair would curl up once in one way. This side of my hair would curl up really tight. This one would be loose curls. And so, people always try to classify hair 4C, 3A. Those give our black hair a grade, if you will, a 3A, a 4C, or whatever. I don't know what type of hair I have. I will say that my hair is very thin. My hair is very thin, and I guess it's what you call low density hair. So it takes a long time to dry, or something. I don't know what the things are. However, I do want to say that the back of my hair is very short. So the back of my hair, if you look at it, it's a lot shorter than the rest of my hair. And like I said before, my hair is very thin and very fine. So the back of my hair, it added a third dimension to it: thin, fine, and very short. So when she put the grid in the back, although it was very beautiful, every time I put a bonnet on, it would rub the braids out. So now what we're gonna do is we're trying to grow the hair in the back versus um, put the extensive grid. So what she did was she just put some braids in there, and we're just waiting for the back of my hair to catch up with the front of my hair. So that's what's going. Then I just want to come on and show you guys at work my look, and just thank you guys all and for watching my videos and for subscribing, if you will. And I just want to say thank you, and I'll be on next week with my next week's follow-up. All right, you guys. Bye, Deep Jen.